Young and the Restless 2-week spoilers for March 2nd to 13th, 2026 reveal Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, is absolutely enraged and Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, horrified as Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, takes things way too far with a shocking kidnapping. Let's dive into what's coming up in Genoa City. Young and the Restless spoilers Monday, March 2nd. The Newman women worry, and Sally gets romanced. On Monday, March 2nd, Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, and Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, talk about Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, being off and still in a lot of pain. Nikki says she and Victor noticed. Victoria says Nick is running through pills way too fast and, at the same time, determined to take down Matt Clark, Roger Howarth, alone when he's in no shape to do so. Nikki hates that Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, is running Newman Enterprises and gloating. Victoria is certain they'll get it all back. Nikki says even if they get it back, maybe she and Victor should retire because they'd spend the rest of their lives rebuilding. Victoria vows to never give up until they get back everything Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, and Phyllis stole. I love that none of them are blaming Victor, which is insane. He's not a victim, he's the cause of all this misery. Kyle and Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, chat, and she says she didn't get the dirt on Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver. But Claire thinks Audra robbed an art gallery owner, and then she and Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, made him disappear. Kyle thinks Claire should let it go, but she insists that Audra's up to something. Kyle says Audra's got a new job with Sally that'll keep her busy. She's not worried about Claire, so leave it. She tells Kyle he was right about Holden, he's not right for her. Claire tells Kyle that Holden's keeping secrets, so Claire broke up with him. Holden tells Audra that Claire didn't find anything in LA. Holden catches Audra up on Victor losing everything and thinks it's karma for using the AI on Kane's company. Audra advises not to trash Victor in front of Claire. Audra also worries Claire won't stop digging. Young and the Restless spoilers. Holden is impressed. Holden's impressed with Audra's new job with Sally. Holden says Claire dumped him for keeping Audra's dirty secret. He thinks Claire's finally ready to let it go. Sally has dinner with Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, and he set up a romantic evening to win Sally back. Billy tells Sally he loves her and says they can separate personal and professional. She tells Billy about picking her dad up over and over, and Sally doesn't want to play that part with Billy. When Sally cries and says her dad chose other things over her and Billy did the same with Chancellor, he keeps at it till he convinces Sally to take him back. She caves and kisses Billy. YNR spoilers Tuesday, March 3rd. Sharon questions Daniel and Phyllis swaps threats with Kane. On Tuesday, March 3rd, Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, has questions for Daniel Romalotti, Michael Graziade, about him, and Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks. I suspect Sharon might want Daniel away from Tessa. Sharon may tell Daniel he needs to give them a chance to reconcile. Tessa wants Daniel and may not like Sharon interfering. Phyllis and Kane swap threats. Kane wants Phyllis to give back Newman stuff or pretend to so he can save Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil. Phyllis sees that Kane legit thinks they're in danger, but Phyllis is certain Victor's bluffing. Kane tries to tempt Phyllis and says he has something she wants so badly she can't refuse. I'm thinking it involves her kids. Claire and Kyle clear the air. A reunion might be coming now that Claire's done with Holden. Young and the Restless spoilers March 4th. Victor gets the upper hand on the Abbotts. On Wednesday, March 4th, Victor gets one up on the Abbotts. Looks like he snatches Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman. Nick and Sharon get a message that has them very worried. No doubt from Matt. This week, Noah Newman, Lucas Adams, and Sharon worry about Nick. An upset Noah wants to know if Sharon's heard from Nick because his dad's not answering calls or messages. Sharon hasn't heard from Nick either, and she doesn't like it. Kane strikes back with a low blow. I bet against Phyllis if she turned down his offer. Thursday, March 5th. Victor traps Billy as the Abbotts learn Jack's been taken. On Thursday, March 5th, Victor has Billy in a tight spot. Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, and Kyle are shocked when Billy shows up at the Abbott mansion and tells Diane and Kyle that Victor told him if he doesn't hand back Chancellor by the end of the day, they'll never see Jack again. Kyle makes a move. Does he try to get Jack back at all costs? I suspect he turns to Claire. Someone gives Jack a rude awakening. I'm sure wherever he's being held by Victor. Friday, March 6th. Jack's world is rocked and Diane takes extreme measures. On Friday, March 6th, Jack's world is rocked. He was not expecting to be collateral damage and kidnapped. Phyllis tries to make amends with Daniel. Will she offer him a job? Diane takes extreme measures to get Jack back. Diane loves Jack dearly, and she'll do anything to save him. I wonder if Diane unleashes on Nikki because of what Victor's done. Jack had nothing to do with this. During the second week, Diane, Kyle, and Billy race against time to find Jack. They're outraged that Victor took him when Jack did nothing, and in fact, Victor was planning to attack Jabot. This is too much. Billy's in a tough spot. Will he give back Chancellor or hope that Victor won't hurt Jack? And will the Abbotts ever forgive Billy if he refuses to save Jack? Daniel stands his ground with Phyllis. He won't forgive her. Nikki's furious with Victor over Jack's kidnapping. Will she help Diane and Kyle? Claire may try and help Kyle, but there's no talking reason to Victor. Lily returns soon. She's due back in March. Will Devin Hamilton Winters, Brighton James, and Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, find her? And if Victor changed her voluntary kidnapping to a real one, will all of Genoa City turn against him? Young and the Restless spoilers. Mariah's fate. Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, awaits her fate. I'm not expecting a trial. Christine Williams, Laura Lee Bell, may work a plea bargain. Sally is back with Billy, but if he doesn't give back Chancellor to save Jack, I expect Sally to be horrified, and she and Billy may be over again already since Sally really likes Jack. She used to have a crush on him. Audra and Holden get closer. Sienna Bacall, Tamara Braun, is in danger soon. Young and the Restless spoilers for December 22nd to 26th, 2025 suggest Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, Warren Somebody, and Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller, Tattles. Be sure to stay around to the end, because I have got Christmas week preemptions for you so you'll know when to tune in and what days you can relax and make cookies. Young and the Restless early spoilers. Sally calls Audra out. Alright, as we always do on early edition day, we start with what's coming the rest of this week and then talk about next week. So on Wednesday, December 17th, we've got Sally telling Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, she wishes she'd been at the launch party. And then they talk about Adam Newman, Mark Grossman's hit piece on Jabot. Sally is a little irritated that Audra is so gleeful that the Abbotts are in crisis, and she says she wants Kyle Abbott to suffer. Sally thinks that Audra is fixated on Kyle and thinks that Audra still wants Kyle and says it's a very enemies to lovers vibe. But of course, Audra denies it and vows that she's going to get revenge on Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, and Kyle, and